The internet has erupted after Whoopi Goldberg took a shot at Elon Musk's son on live television, and the billionaire is not staying silent. If you thought The View had its fair share of controversies before, this one might be the most explosive yet. Musk, never one to let criticism slide, especially when it involves his family, has hit back hard. He called out Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts, accusing them of being bullies, and he made it clear that mocking a child on national television was not only disgusting but also exposed their true nature. His reaction was swift, and his tweet calling out The View spread like wildfire, gathering millions of reactions within minutes. But Musk didn't stop at simply defending his son. He went a step further and criticized The View as a whole, arguing that the show is nothing more than a scripted program designed to push personal agendas rather than offer meaningful discussions. He even suggested that the network responsible for airing The View should face consequences for allowing their hosts to speak without accountability or fact-checking. The implications of Musk's statements have already caused a stir in the media industry, and some believe this could be the beginning of a major downfall for the show. Behind the scenes, things are reportedly in chaos. According to inside sources, The View's producers are in full-blown panic mode, and their PR teams are scrambling to control the backlash. But the damage might already be done. Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, two of the most outspoken panelists on the show, are facing an overwhelming amount of criticism, not just from Musk supporters but from a much wider audience that believes they crossed the line. The controversy isn't just about an offhand comment, it's about who they targeted. Elon Musk isn't just any billionaire. He's not some random CEO who quietly absorbs public scrutiny and moves on. He owns Twitter, a platform that shapes global conversations. If he wants to, he can ensure that The View never recovers from this scandal, and judging by the way things are unfolding, that might already be happening. Within hours of Musk calling out The View, the hashtag #CancelTheView began trending. Millions of people joined the conversation, calling for accountability and even boycotting the show. The controversy quickly reached a boiling point, and ABC executives are reportedly sweating over the potential fallout. But the consequences don't stop there. Major advertisers are allegedly reconsidering their partnerships with The View. In the world of television, advertising revenue is everything. No brand wants to be associated with a program facing this much heat. If sponsors start pulling out, the financial stability of The View could take a serious hit, a massive hit. If the backlash continues to grow, ABC might be forced to make a difficult decision about the show's future. So how did this all start? It began when Whoopi Goldberg decided to make fun of Elon Musk's 4-year-old son during a segment on The View. The discussion was supposed to be about Musk's recent public appearance with his child, a moment that was widely seen as a heartwarming display of fatherhood. But instead of acknowledging the positive nature of the event, Whoopi took a different approach. With a sarcastic smirk, she mocked the child's name, seemingly inviting her audience to laugh along. She said it with an attitude that suggested she knew people would react, and react they did, but not in the way she might have expected. The internet quickly turned against her, and clips of her comments began circulating widely. People were outraged, calling out The View for what they saw as a new low. Many pointed out that it was one thing to criticize a public figure like Musk, but dragging his young son into the conversation was cruel and unnecessary. Even those who don't typically side with Musk were taken aback. One person commented that making fun of a 4-year-old child was a new level of low, even for The View. Another wrote that Musk might as well sue The View for every cent they have, considering the level of personal attack involved. The backlash was swift and relentless, and it was clear that Whoopi had stirred up something much bigger than she had anticipated, and then things escalated even further. Instead of trying to smooth things over or acknowledging that the comment might have been inappropriate, Joy Behar decided to double down. Rather than shifting the conversation back to something neutral, she went on a bizarre and unhinged rant that left viewers stunned. What started as a discussion about Elon Musk's son quickly turned into a chaotic monologue filled with unnecessary jabs. At one point, Behar even made an offhand remark about how Musk should have invested in better birth control, if he didn't want people discussing his child's name. It was a shocking moment, and even Whoopi Goldberg seemed caught off guard by the comment. The discussion had already gone off the rails, but this took it to an entirely different level. For many, this was the breaking point. The audience was left wondering how The View had managed to turn a simple conversation into such a mess. The disaster continued. Even those who regularly watched the show were confused about why Behar was taking things so far. But instead of stopping, she continued. Behar then shifted gears, moving on to attack Musk's personal life in an even more hypocritical way. She criticized his spending habits and questioned why he was taking his son to public events. She argued that Musk was obsessed with himself and suggested that his actions were purely for attention. The irony wasn't lost on viewers. Beho, who sits on a daytime talk show that thrives on discussing celebrities' personal lives, was now accusing Musk of being too public with his own life. The hypocrisy was glaring, and it only fueled the backlash further. But rather than realizing they had gone too far, the hosts of The View continued digging themselves into a deeper hole. Now, the debate is raging online. Some believe that Whoopi and Joy crossed a major line, arguing that no matter how famous someone's parents are, mocking a child is unacceptable. Even critics who don't usually support Musk are saying that The View went too far this time. But on the other side, some claim that Musk is simply using this as an opportunity to attack the so-called woke media. They argue that he enjoys playing the victim when it benefits him and that this controversy is just another way for him to flex his power. Regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear: Elon Musk isn't the type to let something like this slide. This is the man who bought Twitter simply because he could. He's openly fought with politicians, celebrities, and major corporations. The idea that he would just ignore comments made about his child is laughable. If he decides to make an example out of The View, this battle is far from over. So, what happens next? Could this be the scandal that finally ends Whoopi Goldberg's run on the show? Will Elon Musk take legal action? Will The View be forced to issue a public apology, or will they continue to stand by their comments? And more importantly, will this controversy be the tipping point that finally leads to the show's downfall? One thing is certain: this isn't going away anytime soon. The View is facing one of its biggest scandals yet, and the outcome could change everything.